Hi, this is a demo for the new Electro Harmonix Freeze Sound Retainer pedal. This is a brand new pedal, it just came out. It's very unique, there's very little else like it on the market. It's based after the freeze function on the Electro Harmonix HOG pedal, which allows you to freeze a note or chord and allows you to play over it while the note or chord is droning in the background. It's basically a momentary switch, and while you're holding it down you can maintain that chord, other than in the latch mode, which I'll talk about later. It takes a very short sample of what you're playing. It's basically like a very minuscule loop, and it smooths that out so that you won't get the beats or repeats that you hear when you're using a regular looper and you try to take a very short sample. You usually still get that volume decay, which makes for a very difficult way to freeze your sound. There's very complex ways of doing that people have used over the years, such as using a delay pedal and running in parallel and fading in and out with an expression pedal, and this is a much more elegant way of getting around that. Very simple to use, inexpensive pedal. It's very cool. I've been waiting for one like this for years. I'll go over some of the features. It's got a volume knob. This only affects the volume of the drone. It doesn't affect your input and output volume while you're playing over it. It's got a switch for fast. Fast makes your decay after you release the pedal stop immediately. Slow, it has a slight fade. It allows you also on this pedal to choose what sort of slow speed you want. There's either, if I remember correctly, it's either 200 milliseconds, 800 milliseconds, or 1 second. And you do that by unplugging the power source, holding down the foot switch, plugging it back in, and then moving the selector to different positions, and it will let you choose from which of the 3 speeds you'd like to keep. The latch setting is very interesting. The latch setting, instead of having this operate as a momentary foot switch, it basically stays on the entire time. And every time you press the foot switch when you're in the latch mode, it will latch on to whatever note you're playing at that time, and you don't have to hold it down. It'll just maintain those notes. And you give a double tap to the foot switch to turn off the pedal when it's in that mode. Now I'll give a sample of my clean tone. It's not really needed as this doesn't affect your tone, but I'll give it anyway. I'm using an active Elric 6-string bass. Alright, we'll try a couple settings here. I will say that it is probably best if you try to freeze a note that is at least an eighth note long. When you're trying to catch really short notes, like 16th notes, you can get this delay sort of effect where it captures the note and a little bit of space around it, and if you do it on purpose, it can sound really cool, but basically it makes a sort of metallic echo sound in the background. So you might want to try to catch your notes either exactly right on, or try to have them be a tiny bit longer, like at least an eighth note. Alright, let's go through some sound samples now. Right now I'm in the fast mode. Okay, as you can hear, it's a very short fade time. Most of the time, most people are probably going to use this in an ambient sort of way for a smoother drone, so they're probably going to keep it in slow mode. I'll switch down to that now. There's 3 different speeds in slow, as I mentioned. Right now I have mine set for the medium speed, which I believe is 800 milliseconds. This will add a little delay after you release the foot switch. This is what that looks like. And it adds just a little bit of a smoother transition. It makes the note sound a little nicer as you're letting go. Alright, let's try some samples here. As you can hear my little mistake in there, you have to make sure that you press the foot switch while you're actually playing a note. If you catch it as at a blank space, it'll just repeat your blank space. If you catch it just at the edge of a note, that's when you get those sort of echoey digital sounding repeats in the background. Let's see if I can do one of those wrong on purpose. There we go. That's the sort of sound you can make if you're not actually paying attention to when you're stepping on the foot switch. It sounds kind of neat and ethereal, so if you want to do this wrong on purpose, it can be cool, but watch your steps when you do this. Alright, we're going to try the latch setting here. Then when you switch the latch, you're just going to press it once to turn it on. Now every time we press the foot switch now, it's going to lock onto a note we're playing. This is my favorite mode of this pedal. It's great if you're going to be transitioning between a lot of different parts that you want looped. Because all it takes is a little tap to do it, and you can step away. You don't have to have your foot hovering the entire time. Let's try something. And you do the little double tap to let it go. Alright, let's try a couple more sound samples using the latch setting because it's my favorite and I think it's the most versatile. David Gilmour sometimes does those long intros to Pink Floyd songs and has a delay droning in the background where he'll play different chords and uses a parallel delay setup for it. You can use this pedal in similar fashion to that. I'll see if I can get some sounds out using that. There we go. It's a very small pedal, and I think for anyone interested in doing some sort of droning ambient type sounds, or even just having something handy for a cool little toy, this is an excellent pedal to have. Like I said, there's very, very little else like it on the market, and what I found that's similar to it is hard to find and hard to get a hold of, and doesn't work as well as this. It doesn't have the different speed settings, which are very helpful. It's a very cool pedal. Try one out when you get one around in stores near you. Thanks. Bye.